After turning 65, have you ever felt that sharing too much with your family sometimes makes things more complicated? We grow up believing that honesty and openness are the keys to all relationships. But at some point in life, you realize not everything needs to be said. Not because you want to hide things, but because you value inner peace and want to protect your relationships in the most gentle way possible. A few small things, when kept to yourself, can save you from unnecessary worries, unsolicited advice, or even misunderstandings that are hard to untangle. In today's video, we'll explore 5 things people over 65 may want to consider keeping private. Not to create distance, but to live more peacefully, intentionally, and happily in the later years of life. Finances are one of the most sensitive topics as we enter our golden years. Many believe that clearly sharing their financial status with their children and grandchildren will help avoid misunderstandings. But in reality, too much transparency can lead to unexpected trouble. When others know exactly how much money you have, where it's invested, or how you plan to distribute it, you may start to feel watched, receive unsolicited advice, or even face subtle pressure from your loved ones. Some relatives will genuinely care, but that care can easily turn into interference. You might be asked about your choices, persuaded to sell your home, invest differently, or give more to the grandchildren. And even if they mean well, being closely followed like that can make you feel like you're losing your independence and decision-making power. Worse yet, once you've shared your full financial picture, you can't take it back. People will always remember, and from then on they may judge every spending decision you make. This doesn't mean you should never talk about money. Creating a clear will, choosing a trustworthy financial representative, or sharing essential details when truly necessary are still wise moves. But you don't need to disclose every detail, such as the exact amount of savings, personal expenses, or every investment decision. Keeping part of your finances private is a way to protect your independence and peace of mind in later life. It's not about keeping secrets to create distance. It's a wise choice to live freely, without external pressure, and to maintain harmony and comfort in family relationships. As we age, it's completely normal for the body to experience aches, fatigue, or minor changes in health. And sometimes we instinctively share them with family, just to keep them informed, to feel cared for, or simply to get it off our chest. But what many don't realize is that even these harmless shares can lead to unintended consequences. Mention a sore knee or slight dizziness in the morning, and before long, your children might be searching online, calling to book appointments, changing your diet, or giving out a list of suggestions. They do it out of love, but sometimes it leaves you feeling like you've lost the ability to take care of yourself. Even worse, if these minor concerns are brought up too often, your family may start to perceive you as declining faster than you actually are. They might hesitate to invite you on trips, restrict your household tasks, or even discuss hiring a caregiver. And all of that because you once said, "Your back hurt for a few days." It's important to distinguish between serious health issues and minor changes that can be self-monitored. Matters like strokes, chronic diagnoses, or anything affecting your daily life should absolutely be shared to get timely support. But for fleeting pain, mild fatigue, or unclear symptoms, sometimes keeping it to yourself is the best way to preserve autonomy and mental well-being. You have every right to care for your health in your own way, without being disrupted by others' worries, or labeled as fragile before it's necessary. In some cases, silence truly is the best remedy for maintaining confidence and independence in your life. By the time you've passed 65, you've probably witnessed your fair share of family drama, inheritance disputes, disagreements between siblings, or quiet tensions within the extended family. With years of life experience, you may feel ready to offer advice and fix things, but reality often proves otherwise. Speaking up doesn't always help, and may even make you the target of criticism. Maybe you've tried to mediate, shared your honest opinion, and both sides turned around and accused you of taking sides. Or perhaps you offered a suggestion with the best intentions, only for your words to be misinterpreted, twisted, or remembered as a lasting resentment. Family conflicts are inevitable, but whether or not you should get involved is a very important choice, especially when it comes to in-laws or how your children raise their kids, topics that may seem simple but are incredibly sensitive. A gentle suggestion can be perceived as judgment. An offhand remark might become a lasting sting. Younger people rarely forget the feeling of being judged, even if that was never your intent. So wisdom in later life is not about speaking your mind on everything. It's about knowing what to keep to yourself. Choose your words carefully, or simply say, "I trust you'll make the right choice," or "I hope everything turns out well." These statements show support while staying neutral. By staying out of unnecessary arguments, you're protecting your own peace and preserving your relationships with everyone in the family. In a noisy world, choosing silence is sometimes the greatest sign of maturity and love. At this stage in life, reflecting on the past with some regrets is completely natural. Maybe you wish you had spent more time with family, chosen a different career path, or pursued a dream you left behind. These emotions aren't wrong. They're part of a life fully lived. But what you should consider is, should you share all of these regrets with your children and grandchildren? Many elders think that being open will create closeness, but the truth is, words of regret can be easily misunderstood. When you say, "I wish I hadn't worked so much when you were little," your child might hear, "You were never important enough for me to prioritize." Or when you say, "I dreamed of living somewhere else," your loved ones might feel like your life with them was never enough. Even if you never meant to blame anyone, regretful remarks can plant guilt or a sense of inadequacy in your loved ones, and that's not what you intended. Especially when speaking of past loves, unfulfilled dreams, or long-lost friends, what may just be a passing sentiment to you can deeply hurt your spouse or children, making them feel like they were never truly your priority. Regret is a part of life, and it's perfectly okay to reflect privately, write in a journal, or confide in a trusted friend. But sharing too much with family about things that cannot be changed may end up unintentionally hurting the people you love most. Holding back some of these thoughts isn't about hiding. It's a subtle form of love, letting your loved ones continue life with you feeling valued, not haunted by the past. Money is always a delicate topic in any family, and it becomes even more so as we age. Many believe that sharing everything about finances, from savings and assets to inheritance plans, is necessary to avoid misunderstandings. But in reality, too much openness can lead to pressure, relationship strain, and even the loss of the independence you've worked so hard to maintain. When family knows exactly how much money you have, you may start to notice subtle shifts in behavior. Some may begin to see you as the financial safety net for all their plans. Others, often unintentionally, may develop expectations of support, inheritance, or offer unsolicited advice about how you should be spending your own money. On the other hand, if you reveal that you're struggling financially, your kids may worry excessively, interfere with your spending, or make decisions for you without truly understanding your wishes. Care often comes with control, and that can make you feel like you're losing autonomy. Many older adults who've shared financial details too openly later face subtle oversight. "Are you sure you should buy that? Why keep that money when we could really use it? Or shouldn't you think about transferring ownership now so we can feel secure?" These comments, while sounding harmless, can slowly chip away at your sense of independence and make you feel like you need to report every expense. Of course, it's important to have a clear financial plan, a will, and someone you trust for support. But that doesn't mean you need to disclose every figure and every personal financial decision. Some details are better kept to yourself, not out of secrecy, but for peace. Keeping part of your financial life private is a way to preserve your freedom, your right to choose, and the respect of those around you. It's not just a wise move, it's a quiet gift to yourself and your family. After 65, we've not only traveled a long road in life, but we've also entered a stage that calls for more peace, freedom, and dignity than ever before. Along that journey, not everything needs to be said. Knowing what to keep to yourself is not secrecy. It's wisdom formed by experience and a compassionate heart. The 5 themes we've discussed, finances, health, family conflict, past regrets, and personal financial details, are all areas that can easily stir tension if not shared with care. By choosing to hold back just a little, you are protecting your privacy, preserving your independence, and maintaining the respect others have for you. Life doesn't require us to speak every thought. Sometimes, timely silence is the truest sign of calm and deep maturity. What you keep to yourself won't distance you from your family. On the contrary, it creates healthy boundaries that help relationships grow stronger. Choosing what to say and what to hold close is one of the wisest things we can do in this chapter of life. It's how we preserve inner peace, personal dignity, and gentle connection with our loved ones, without pressure or strain. If you found value in today's video, please leave a comment below and tell us, have you ever chosen to keep something to yourself in order to protect your peace of mind? Or simply share the thought that resonated with you most after watching. We deeply appreciate your honest reflections because they help build a community full of wisdom and empathy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the upcoming videos that help you live more fully in every stage of life. Thank you for spending your time with us, and we'll see you again in the next video.